Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. People's Democratic Party holds national convention in Abuja with just 3 candidates left in the race for the party's candidacy. PDP leaders suspend Senator Buruji Kashabu a few hours before the convention, even as the senator described the exercise as illegal. Victims of Numan deadly attack in Adamawa State return home weeks after suspected herdsmen raided their villages, burning down their homes. Donald Trump's comment continues to cause violence in Israel as Israeli airstrikes killed 2 Hamas members. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website is channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the Eyewitness feature, which you can use to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. Well, let's look at some of the pictures you sent to our Eyewitness portal. Our first set of images are from Karu local area of Nasarawa State, showing the dilapidated structure of Government Science Secondary School. Our Eyewitness reporter claims that the facility is poor and the students are exposed to harsh weather conditions with no security. We'll move on to Ogun State with this picture showing an illegal barricade at the Obafemi Owode area. Our Eyewitness reporter claims a fee of 100 naira is forcefully demanded from motorists before they are granted access into the village. Motorists who refuse to pay are denied entry. And still in Ogun State is this picture showing a trailer packed in front of a Federal Road Safety Corps office in Shagamu area. Our Eyewitness reporter says that the driver, who was fined for an offence, was delayed due to lack of payment via a point-of-sale system. Our last picture is also from Ogun State. It shows the aftermath of a car accident which occurred in front of the Unity High School, Agoika Road in Abeokuta. Our Eyewitness reporter alleges that the accident destroyed the school's temporary fence while also damaging the ICT laboratory. We do sincerely thank you for sending in those pictures, as we ask that you keep them coming. Help has finally come the way for members of the communities affected by the recent attacks by suspected herdsmen in Numan local government area of Adamawa State. Now, some of the villagers are gradually returning home with the hope of starting life anew. They say that they are indeed lucky to have been provided with relief materials by one of the lawmakers representing them at the State House of Assembly.
Food items and other relief materials arriving at one of the villages attacked by gunmen suspected to be herdsmen in Numan local government area of Adamawa State. Some of the villagers are gradually returning home and preparing to rebuild their burnt houses, but others are still finding it hard to come to terms with the reality of the deadly attack on their village. All they have left is the ramshackle of what used to be their home, now taken over by their domestic pets. The level of carnage unleashed on Shaforon, Kodomti and Zuruwe villages has forced the lawmaker representing them in the State House of Assembly to come to their aid. In Kodomti, the people gather at the village square to receive their august visitors who've come to commiserate with the victims.
Well, the situation is very pathetic. As you can see, how houses are destroyed by fire. In fact, it's very devastating and very painful.
My appeal to the communities is that of the need for them to be calm and to also assure them that the government is doing whatsoever it could to reach out to them in providing succor that will cushion the effect of this unfortunate incidents that happened.
Some of the survivors are still telling the tale of the horror that befell them, especially now that most of them have to seek shelter outside of the community.
Most of our people here, they've just scattered to different directions and villages now. It's only those people we see there, these old men, who are the people remaining here. Our youths and everybody, they're all scattered.
More than 60 persons were killed and villages razed during what is believed to be a reprisal attack by suspected herdsmen in 7 communities in Demsa and Numan local government areas of Adamawa State.
The Federal Medical Center in Umuahia, the Abia state capital, has successfully carried out kidney transplants on 2 patients free of charge. And this is the first time such is taking place in the southeast region. The exercise is aimed at providing affordable kidney transplants in Nigeria.
A good number of people living with kidney ailment undergo dialysis on a regular basis. Not only is this procedure delicate, it's also expensive. In Nigeria, there are about 10 kidney transplant centers, and none of these is situated in the southeast region of the country. The Federal Medical Center Umuahia, Abia State is working hard to change the story. Forming a partnership with the University of Toledo Medical Center, Ohio, to introduce this service.
By the Federal Medical Center Umuahia introducing this service within the southeast, is already adding value health-wise, at least within the southeast. This is a skill transfer session which we hope to run over the next 4 years to fully transfer the skills from the University of Toledo Medical Center, where we're partnering with, to the Federal Medical Center Umuahia.
To demonstrate its passion, there's an offer for a free kidney transplant for 2 patients. After long hours of surgical procedure led by an assistant professor of urology from the partner hospital, who is a Nigerian, and surgeons from the FMC, Umuahia.
It's a team effort, and that's what you need to have a successful transplant. You need a team, and it's not just one person, it's not the surgeon, but obviously we want to be able to save the lives of patients who have kidney failure around this area.
It's a life-saving gesture that the beneficiaries will always be grateful for.
It's really a very big relief to me. We've passed through a lot of psychological trauma because of this illness that was diagnosed 4 months ago. And having heard that such a thing will be taking place here, we saw it all as the hand of God.
It's another win for hospitals in Nigeria as states continue to campaign for an overhaul of the nation's healthcare delivery system to reduce medical tourism.
The Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, has sealed 4 filling stations in Benin City, the Edo State capital, for allegedly selling fuel above the approved pump price of 145 naira per litre and hoarding of the product. The head downstream of DPR, Edo State, Mr. Victor Enilama, who led a monitoring exercise to some filling stations in Benin City, insisted that the government has not approved any increment in petrol pump price and that the products are available.
The head downstream of the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, Edo State, clarifying some points raised in a brief chat with journalists at its office in Benin City, the Edo State capital.
If you look at it very well, petroleum trading is not a business that you have to make all the money that you want to make 10 naira per litre in a day. No, DPR will not allow it. We'll frown on that. If your margin is 1 naira, is 150, please be contented with that.
Before leading a monitoring exercise of filling stations in the city.
That's a desktop. Desktop is 5 minutes. Okay.
The monitoring exercise is aimed at ensuring that petrol stations in the state capital comply with government's fixed price of 145 naira per litre of petrol and also prevent marketers from hoarding the product.
I discovered that some stations are overselling, some at 150, some at 160. But what we have done so far now you can see we have to force them to come down to the official government price of 145 per litre. We're also mindful with the complaint coming from the marketer claiming that they bought this product at a black market rate at the depot. So we have asked them to come up with their receipt, evidence of payment, so that we identify those depots they bought this product from, and we go down and close these depots.
The team seals off the filling stations discovered to be selling above the stipulated pump price.
I'm going to seal up this facility now for overpricing, and again we're going to sanction them, we're going to penalize them. Whatever the value difference, we're going to make them pay it back to government, because government subsidizes PMS presently.
While it commends others found doing the right thing.
The public can go to a place like this that are selling normal rate.
Some motorists are happy about the exercise and call for sustained action.
There is fuel. I know we have fuel, but they don't just want to sell. Punishing with the people that are using the fuel.
Everywhere where you go, 150, 160, 150, 160. All the old filling station, 150, 160. So with the manager, anyhow, we take here.
The DPR also vows to be firm in imposing punitive sanctions on any individual or group causing unwarranted fuel scarcity in the country.
And due to the recent gas explosion that claimed many lives in Owerri, the Imo State capital, a group of concerned youths in the state have staged a peaceful protest to the Department of Petroleum Resources in Owerri to complain about the illegal siting of gas stations within residential and commercial areas in the city. The youths, bearing placards with various inscriptions, are insisting that the agency which is in charge of giving approvals to gas stations must relocate them to the outskirts as quickly as possible to prevent further loss of life. Meanwhile, the zonal controller of the Department of Petroleum Resources in Imo State, Pt.2, commended the youths for their action while promising them that the agency is doing everything possible to review their books and act on the issues raised.
Filling stations, gas stations is situated all around commercial areas. Now, apart from the fumes, we're talking about the blasting of it. Look at what happened in this place, which resulted to this issue. We want them to remove all gas plants situated in every commercial and residential areas.
I am saying that all they have come out to pronounce today is laudable. It's like they are lending a voice to what DPR is doing, and we commend that. And I'm also saying, good. Give us the time, because we are following up with whatever is happening in the oil and gas industry. So we follow this up, and then at the end of the day, we normally do inquests. That is when we will be able to look into all that has happened, provide solutions, and see what we can do so that future occurrence will not take place.
When the news at 10 returns, Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development calls for increased participation of state governments in agriculture. That's after this break. Join us again.